Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Slow Podcast. You know it is your weekly podcast in the Sakamichi series. Idol groups is going to be Nogizaka46, Sakurazaka46, and Hinatazaka46. This is season 5, episode 1. What's up? I'm one of your hosts, I'm Jimmy, aka Jimu Tweets, and I'm joined as always by my friend, my fellow host, Josh, Mr. Josh Box.
Hello. It's been a while.
Oh, what? That's it. That's it. Oh no. Oh, it's a mess.
You're messing. I'm not Jimmy.
Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. Just ignore it.
All right.
We're doing it.
It's been a long time. It's okay. We're a little out of practice. We're transitioning into it.
Yeah, I almost introduced our other friend who's no longer with us. But hey, you and we're still here.
Okay.
Okay, he's no longer on the show. He's no longer on the show. Yeah. My bad, dude. It's a little extreme.
I remember him just like it was yesterday.
He was one of our best friends, dude. Oh, I'll miss going to buffets with him in Vegas, dude. Nah, but Boy-kun has officially retired from the show. I'm sure he'll be down to come on as a guest sometime, just to shoot the shit, catch up, and talk about some idol groups. But he's focusing on other things, and that's fine. But Josh and I, we got together during our break and said, hey, we want to keep the show going.
Like,
so here we are. Why we said that, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with us.
It's because we miss chat. Let's not lie to ourselves.
Oh, true. I mean, I will say, if it wasn't for chat and everyone who interacts with us on the YouTube comments and on Twitter and stuff like that, I would not be motivated at all to do this show. To sit here and stress over a Google Doc an hour before the show. I forgot to do this earlier. Oh God, what's the news this week? But it's good to see you again, man. How have you been? How have you enjoyed our break and time away?
It went by too fast. I was like,
You're telling
February. We talked about it right after the show, a week or two after. We're like, oh, when do you plan to want to return it? We're like, oh, maybe mid-February. And then we're like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And then I realized it was mid-February. I was like, Jimmy, are you still down?
Yeah, I completely forgot by the time you messaged me. I was like, oh shit, that is next week. Yeah, I'm down. Let's meet sometime before to get stuff ready and plan stuff out. But I'm glad
in the tradition of the podcast, we are not 100% prepared.
Yeah, it's okay, dude. I honestly think that our expectations for ourselves is much higher than what the viewers in chat expects from us. I think their expectations are rightfully at the bottom. But I'm stressing out, But
I mean, just in the Discord, they were like, podcast is late. They just back to usual.
What else? I don't mean, I'm like, oh no, it's already 7. I don't have my notes ready. They're like, once again, the boys are late. What else is new? How have you been, man? How have you what have you been up to during our time away? Have you been keeping up with idols? I asked this already. I already know the answer.
The bare minimum.
Ooh.
Just scrolling through Twitter, liking some stuff, retweeting some stuff, here and there, but not really looking into things or nothing changes. Yeah, just doing your casual scrolling through Twitter. I think that's the most I've been doing.
Yeah, same. It's been, I don't know, it's a mix. There's nice parts of it, and then there's parts of it obviously that I miss keeping up and being very up to date about it, it's cool being part of I don't want to say the discourse, but being engaged in the fandom, I guess, knowing what's going on and talking with people and being a fan. But then it's kind of nice also just be passive sometimes, having the luxury of not stressing about if I watch the show this week or not. Just I'll watch it when I feel like it, dude. But
Jimmy, I noticed the shirt.
Oh, I'm wearing it for a very specific reason.
Oh,
we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Okay. How about you, Jimmy? How have you been?
Good. Been very busy. We got some pretty big life changes, like not happening anytime super soon, but we're prepping for it.
Mm.
So I think I've shared it with my chat on my Jimu streams, and then I think I shared it with you, like in our slope staff chat. But what is it? We're basically getting ready to build like a studio, like or like not really studio, a 1 bedroom like apartment attached to our house, basically, that I'll be living in. So it's been a lot of prepping for that. I just paid a lot of money to
Mm.
the artist, the the designer who drew up the plans and everything like that, and he's
Mm.
submitted it. Now we're just waiting for the permits now, which is cool. So that's kind of an exciting step forward. But aside from that, we're gonna have to do a lot of cleaning out of the garage so that the workers will have room to basically move up and down and like go through and do the construction that they need to do. So that's been
Mhm.
taking up a lot of time. But the thing that sucks is my garage was so fucking filthy and like just filled with shit that like, but right now it's like a tremendous amount of progress. I think we're about like halfway through, right?
Mm.
And so I'm like, oh, it's only February. We still probably got like 6 months from this point before we can actually start construction. So we're way ahead of schedule. But I can't even take a picture to post as like a progress because I forgot to take a before. And so the like this is after cleaning looks like a fucking messy garage by anybody else's standards, you
Uh-huh.
know? I'm like, no, you had to have seen it before.
Mhm. Believe
What
me,
about you,
it
man?
was way messier.
Yeah, dude, trust me, it was disgusting. What have you been up to, Mr. Box?
Let me see. I signed up to a gym finally because it's too
Oh,
cold to work out outside
yeah,
and it
yeah, yeah.
rains
How
too
you enjoying
often.
that commercial gym life?
Yeah, it's interesting. I go like an hour or two before it closes, so like it's the most empty.
Mm.
Any earlier, and it's like I don't want to wait for anything. I mean, that's the whole reason why I like worked on my backyard and got stuff for it because I,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
like waiting for the stuff. Like I like doing things in my order. But yeah, as long as I go that time, it's fine. And then like they have plenty of equipment, as a commercial gym.
Mhm.
Yeah. The one interesting thing is when I signed up, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you a tour, but first you have to like, scan your thing to register." So I did that. I went to register, and then some person went to go talk to them about signing up, and she's like, "Oh, okay, let me go take you." And I'm standing there like,
Like, yo,
"Okay,
okay.
what about my tour?" And then just like signing up the next person. I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll just go."
Yeah, because they already know they're getting your money, dude. So they don't care anymore.
Uh,
Now they want to get the next person's
yeah, they're
money,
like, "Oh,
dude.
maybe I could sign them up for the training."
Yeah, yeah. Um,
But other than that, it's been fine.
mhm. How's your training going, Mr. Box?
It's going all right. Right now, it's in like the hypertrophy phase, so it's like
Oh,
just
so a
high
lot of
rep.
volume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I don't. I usually prefer just doing like lower reps, and then just like
Mm.
doing heavier instead of like lighter. I feel like I don't do as much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's just me.
No, I get that. It kind of depends. Like whichever I do more of ends up being my favorite.
Mm,
So when like if I do a lot of hypertrophy stuff, then that eventually becomes my preferred, right? Because I'm like, oh, dude, I just like the feeling of the pump, dude. A bunch
mm,
of like that, like very like really that feeling of doing a lot of work. You know
mhm,
what I mean? Like that kind of sore. Whereas like if you're lifting like really heavy, low volume, you don't get that same kind of soreness, right? It just
mm.
you just feel like you're gonna die. You know what I mean? But then but then conversely, it's like I don't know, like lately I've been doing a lot of just like very single, like heavy singles,
Mhm.
at like a very high RPE because I'm basically trying to speed run back to my old numbers, and so
Oh.
I just need a lot of exposure to heavyweight is
Mhm.
basically where I'm at. Um, and so right now that's my favorite, but like yeah, like I said, it just feels like I'm gonna fucking die every time, dude. Um, Making progress though. I hit 210 kilos today
Oh.
on deadlifts, so that's like 462 pounds. Um, which isn't like I'm still like 100 pounds off of like my best competition deadlift,
But
but
still,
I'm
you
like,
know?
yeah, it's like, dude, I don't know, like, it's like weird because like I don't know, I had this thought, right? It's like I have all these like random, very arbitrary goals, like, oh, I just want to hit 200 kilos again. I just want to hit 200 kilos again, and I'm like, oh, but it doesn't really matter, like what 200 kilos, 205 kilos, like what difference does it really make in the grander scheme of things? But like that's progress in everything, I feel like,
Mhm.
right? It's a bunch of like insignificant milestones that you hit, like accumulated over time, So
It's all about getting that 1% better, you know?
yeah, exactly, dude.
And I mean, compared to how you were when you came out of the hospital, it's like very much progress.
Yeah, that's true. I think like I need to remember like how shitty I was out of the hospital, dude. Because like, it's like it's easy to like forget that and just fixate on the fact that I'm not where I was before.
Mhm.
But like I was like,
Yeah,
oh dude,
you're comparing yourself to, like, yesterday instead of looking at the whole track record, right?
yeah. I just, I gotta be like grateful that I can bring in the groceries in a single trip again, dude.
Ooh, there we go.
You know?
Not winded after just one turn.
Yeah, dude. Bro, that was like okay, so normally this is such a weird litmus test. You know those like 12-pack boxes of soda?
Uh-huh,
Like so normally, like pre-hospital James, I could carry like 6 at a time,
uh-huh,
right? I would do like I because like, they have the little slots in, right? So
uh-huh,
I put 3 in each hand like that, and I could carry it.
uh-huh.
Out of the hospital, I had to carry 1 at a time in both arms, dude. Was how weak I was, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm back to doing threes again in each hand, dude. Oh, it's,
You
it's
have a lot of
coming."
faith in those boxes. I don't have that much faith to carry 3 at a time.
I don't know. So at some point, like I just kept seeing how many more I could carry. It's like, oh, cool, I can carry. Just at first you just carry 1 in each
Not one
hand.
for each finger.
Oh, that's the goal, brother.
That's when you know you've made it.
Yeah. Anyways, but this isn't a fitness podcast. This is an idol podcast. Shall we go back and talk about some idols?
Ooh,
After what 2 months?
yeah. Should we talk about, I don't know if you wanna talk about this now or develop it more, but should we talk about what we're planning to do with the channel?
Yeah. Why don't we talk about that then?
Okay.
Take it away.
So, as you can see, we are doing the podcast. This is season 5, so we will be continuing doing season 5 of the podcast. We are also going to focus on doing more interviews of different idol groups or members or ex-members of groups, and also interview people on the streets. This is an idea right now, but I'm just putting it out to the universe so that we're held a little bit liable to doing it and seeing their opinions on stuff. So it's kind of like mixing in like other people and not only ourselves and inserting it to the idol fandom. So you can expect a
Oh, I
lot
think
of
I think I had I think
different
I had the
content about it.
names wrong on the thing, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
was that
you.
Jimmy?
Yeah, you were Jimmy. I thought I turned
Oh,
that
okay.
off. Okay, whatever. I'll turn it off later.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
that's like
chat
a
was like,
little
what is chat
glimpse.
talking about? And I was like, oh,
That's a little glimpse into what we
yeah,
have planned right now. So
yeah.
if anyone has any suggestions for people that you think are easy accessible to interview, again, be like, oh yeah, can you interview Nogizaka46, the entire group?
Oh, yeah. Where's Shiraishi Mai at? You guys
Yeah.
said you wanted to do former members, right?
uh
Get an interview with Shiraishi
mhm.
Mai, please.
So as long
No,
as
but
it's
yeah, we definitely
relevant.
do want to do like more man on the street type content.
Mhm,
Yeah, I think we want to. Yeah, I don't know. It was something I was thinking about, and I think Josh and I were talking about. It's like this channel started off with a goal of promoting like Sakamichi groups,
mhm,
especially to an English uh speaking like English speaking like fan base. But I feel like more than anything, we have just become a gathering place and a hub for people who are more hardcore fans than we are and better fans than us.
uh-huh.
But and as much as I love that, and I think that's super awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I do want to do more actual promoting the group to people, right? So like, yeah, Josh is talking like man on the street type stuff, like I was mentioning like the love at first sight videos. I think were always like fun, but
Mhm.
like yeah, like some way to actually get people to get eyes on the group would be fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're always looking down for more content ideas. So if you guys are watching this and there's like some kind of content, maybe you've seen people do something on a variety show and you're like, oh, this would be such a good idea if people did this, but with Sakurazaka or something, or with Hinatazaka or Nogizaka, you know,
Mm.
let us know.
Yeah. And if you guys know anyone that's potential, you can always let us know. And I mean, the audience can also help. Like, it's like, oh, you should get interviewed by Slope Club. Like those little things go farther than you guys can imagine. So any of that is super helpful.
Yeah, I think like a lot of the videos we've done with former idols have been because people have put like our names out, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm,
instead of us
100%.
cold like cold DMing someone out of the blue, like, hey, you want to do an
Mhm.
interview? They kind of knew about us from people in their comment sections and stuff. So
Yeah, exactly. Much
help a
appreciated.
brother, help a brother out. But yeah,
Yes.
let's get to some idol news. We got lots to talk about. We're not going to talk about everything just
No,
because it
we're
has
not
been
gonna talk
two
about the
months.
whole missing
But
period.
we got yeah, we're gonna talk about just some of the recent stuff that happened, but we have especially some of the big stuff.
Mhm.
So first we have a graduation announcement coming out from Hinatazaka46 Sag. Our girl Cage Kageyama Yuka
Mhm.
is graduating, dude.
Who's gonna be the soccer representative now?
I know, dude. So she made like a pretty lengthy blog,
Yeah.
um, kind of going through, just basically like, hey, surprise everyone, I'm out of here.
Mhm.
Um, no real announcement on like what she wants to do or anything yet, but she does thank everybody for everything, and she did give us a see you soon.
Mhm.
You know, so yeah, I think she definitely wants to stay in the what is it the entertainment business,
Yeah.
right? Um, yeah, I feel like I don't know. She's a good kid. She knows how to present herself well.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
I want to believe that we'll see her getting lots of jobs in the future. People in chat are obviously bringing up all the soccer stuff. I think she definitely
Yeah.
does have like a very good opportunity there as like a soccer commentator, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
She really popped off during the World Cup and got a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of exposure and gained a lot of fans through that. So hopefully she's able to leverage that to some new jobs and stuff.
Yeah, plenty of
I don't keep
opportunities
up with
then.
soccer, so I won't be seeing her
I
there,
have
but like,
0 idea about it.
yeah.
I'll take chat's word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
Uh,
people have to move on and kinda live their life, and this is the way that she's doing it, she has to leave the group, go on to bigger and better things, and do things that she wants. But I mean, at least she's staying in the entertainment world, she still has her Instagram, so we'll be seeing plenty of her.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, okay, I think that is all we have coming out of Hinata Zaka for now. Unless there's anything super big, chat, feel free to let us know. We're gonna move on. Be doing the edit, so I guess I'll loop back if there's anything big that we missed. But we have a lot of PVs coming out from Sakurazaka46. So this has been like the past like 3 weeks worth of PVs, I believe.
Mhm.
So a little bit like a little bit past like not just the past week, but PV the new release is always big. So we'll go ahead and talk about that now. So first we have the A side they released. That's going to be for Sakurazaka or Sakuratsuki, right?
This
Did
is
you watch any
the
of
A
these,
side,
Mr.
right?
Box? Yeah.
I watched 2 out of 3, but we can watch it with chat, it's been a long time.
All right. Let's watch it with chat then. So that was Sakurazaka46 with Sakurazuki. What do you think, Mr. Box?
I think it was alright. Like, we definitely seen way better music videos from Sakurazaka. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not saying this is, like, peak, or anything. I just think
It's
it's a
no
little,
Boku no Dilemma, right?
yeah, it's a little safe.
Mhm.
The set is pretty cool, but they just keep using the same set with different lighting and different costumes
Yeah.
to the point where it's like, okay, like I can kind of see something else. Like it isn't as bad as Nogizaka's music video, but I mean, it was alright. I mean, the choreography was pretty cool to it. I mean, it's always pretty cool. I think that's something that Sakurazaka usually holds down pretty well.
Mhm.
Um, but you know how we do on this podcast. We usually, oh, what lens did they use? What focal length were
Uh,
they at?
Dude, those some nice anamorphic lenses, bro. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying, bro. Do you see that
uh-huh. You
stretched
see it
out
stretched
bokeh,
out?
dude? Yeah, dude. Um, I think it's serviceable. It's a very safe PV.
Mhm.
Um, I think my biggest critiques of it is that yeah, it's just kind of set into it's only in one setting.
Yeah.
Uh, I feel like it's building up to the change to the blue outfits with the sakura blossoms all over
Mhm.
the or like petals all over the floor and the set, but you barely get any of that. That's there for like
Yeah.
a couple seconds, and it just goes
Yeah.
back to the other performance outfits.
Yeah.
We talked about this while we were watching the PV and listening. The rap parts just don't really do it
Mm.
justice. It feels very forced,
Yeah.
right? I think Pon is almost there as far as nailing it, but it's a little corny to me.
You
Habu,
mean
God
this?
bless her soul.
This is it? This doesn't look cool to you?
Bruh,
Is she drying her nails or what's going on?
y'all need to watch more hip hop. I don't know, dude. You know what I mean? You guys need to do more homework.
Like, when
That's
she was
what we
doing that,
need
she's
to
like,
do.
"Yo, yo."
Like if you're gonna start throwing out bars in your fucking PVs and like in your your songs and shit like that, you're gonna need to do some more homework. You know what I mean? Like, um, yeah. So you asked me this. What did you think about Rena as a center?
I almost feel like she wasn't highlighted, like, in terms of her personality. I think like we mentioned earlier, this music video is pretty safe, and I think they played it a little safe with the censor. Not in terms of her personally, in terms of how they used her. It kind of seemed like they could have explored a little bit more into
Hmm.
maybe a style that she has, where right now it kind of feels like insert anyone and it's almost the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like her, yeah, like what she does with what she's given is fine, right? Like her performance ability is there, her
Mhm,
expressions are there, but it's just very like I don't know. It's in a phase where I feel like Sakurazaka really needs to build some
mhm,
momentum right now. I'm not
mhm,
sure if this is the move. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they did Nagare Dama, they did Masatsukesu, right? Samidare Yo was fine. Um,
mhm,
you have a bunch of really high like band, nobody's fault. You have a bunch of very high level performance PVs,
mhm,
and then rather than really building on that, it's like, all right, no, scrap that. We're now acknowledging the fact that we're Nogizaka's sister group.
mm.
Time to become Nogizaka 2, the Electric Boogaloo. You know what I mean? Like this feels like
Uh,
it could have been a generic Nogizaka song.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can see that for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, I think there was some wasted potential that could have gone there. It almost feels like this is like a bridging one for whatever's coming next. Maybe they want to do
Right.
something with the next gen or something. I don't know what they're planning,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah, maybe they're gonna be more idly and stuff like that. Maybe that's the decision to go with a new center, right? Like maybe that's why they chose Rena, right? Like maybe they
I
thought
mean,
that.
you could have gone all out again, like leaning into that character. Instead, they just
Mm,
went like, okay, what's super safe that will probably get enough views,
yeah,
but not
like
like
something
talk
more
about,
sugary and fun and cute,
uh,
right? Maybe
mhm,
like yeah, maybe something more fun and cute and maybe not so elegant, right? Dare I
mhm,
say a little bit boring, right?
mhm, mhm. It's almost like plug and play with like, okay, we'll tell the things that we usually have in songs. All right, here you go.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
unfortunate. I think I'm in a
there
point
there
for
was
me where I
potential, but
yeah. Go ahead.
I do like back to the music video. I do like the colors that they used in the music video, like the
Mm.
yellowy with the bluey.
It's a very dusty,
Mhm,
sunsetty vibe, right?
mhm. And then the pink cherry blossoms coming down really like helps have that like what am I thinking of? Complementary? No. What is it when it's the opposite?
Complimentary, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. Complementary colors with the pink and the blue. So that was really
Mm,
nice. And then music video was well shot. I just think it needed more variety. And I
yeah.
think that they could have leaned on the editing a little bit more to help it
Mm.
go that extra percent more.
Bro, give me more of the pink and blue, dude. That shit
Mhm.
they like teased it and then they just took it away, dude.
Like I
You
was saying
know?
during the music video, they could have like amped up to it a little bit more with the editing, and then like make the
Mm,
pink like reveal itself with the song. But I feel like they kind of just like inserted it in. And you're like, oh, what is this cool scene? Oh, okay, it's gone now.
yeah.
But I don't know.
I feel like they just got a confetti blower and they've just been really using that shit, dude.
we rented this for a couple months. We got to use it all we
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. It's in the. I was thinking about this too after I watched the what is it, the third gen PV.
Mm.
But before that, we also have. Oh, let's give it a rating first.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's go for it.
All right. Let's rate the PV first.
Okay.
All right, on go. 3, 2, 1, go. 6.
4. Again,
Josh did not like this, dude.
5 is average. Your average Sakurazaka. No, I'll give it a 3. I'm going to a 3. I'm going
Damn.
to a 3. Like what I expect from Sakurazaka, this didn't nail it.
Hmm. Yeah, I gave it. I feel like it looks good. You know what I mean? Like
But
definitely
you
not
can only
perfect.
see so much of it, you know. There's
That's
only
that's
so much
fair.
you can do with the same thing over and over.
Hmm. I mean, there's nothing that like was jarring. Maybe 5 for me. When I was gonna say there's nothing that like took me out, but I was like, oh no, dude. I remember Habu's fucking rap part, dude, in the verse. That shit took me out, dude. All right.
Okay,
What
but
about
what
the
about the
song though?
song? Yeah, yeah, the song.
All right. On
Mm.
go. 3, 2, 1, go. 5.
4.
It's close. It's close.
It would be a 5 or maybe a 6 if it didn't have the rap part.
Mm,
Like I could
I
listen to
feel
the
like
song again. I could get used to it, but it's just that those little parts that just take me out of it so much.
yeah, I see. I'm giving it a 5 because I've definitely had more chances to listen to it since it's more since they put the PV out
Mm.
like a month ago, right? Um, and I'm very okay with it. You know what I
Mm.
mean? It sucks because I was gonna say I feel like we're in a point where I need Sakurazaka to do something to really draw me in as a fan.
Yeah.
And I feel like everything we've been getting has just been like, that's all right. You know what I
Mm.
mean? When there's
Especially
been
when you
so much
compare like their
potential.
beginning
Yeah,
songs.
yeah, yeah. Like, dude, like Nagare Dama,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
that single as a whole was sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? You had um what is it? The Karin Center song, dude, and the in Nobody's Fault, dude.
Mm.
Nazekoi.
Yeah. Oh
Oof,
yeah.
yeah.
Banger.
So yeah, we've definitely seen them do a lot of really cool things. There's others I'm not naming, and it sucks to see it kind of like lately the past couple years being kind of spread thin a little bit with very whatever releases.
Waiter sick.
Waiter sick. Ba, 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 da, da,
Jimmy, we should
da,
do
da.
that. We should interview people on the street and be like, they're speaking English. What do they say here? And then see
Oh
what people say.
God. Ooh. Nah, dude, I don't want to do that to our girls, bro. But that's not the only PV they put out.
Mm.
They also put out the B side. This one featuring Ozono Ray as
Mm.
the center. So we're gonna go
Let's
ahead
go.
and watch that, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Oh, that was cool by
Mhm.
Sakurazaka46 with Ozono Ray at the center. What did you think, Mr. Box?
That's pretty cool.
Cool. Da, 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 cool.
How can this restaurant afford so many waitresses? Thank you, chat.
Bro, I didn't see a single customer, to be honest
I
with
know,
you, dude.
right?
um, someone in our chat described it as being the Kayaki bait song, dude, and that is so apt, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's the dead end. It's like every single has the Kayaki song, the Kayaki S song, dude. And in this instance, I will say I think that this is better than the A side.
I
I don't think
agree.
it's always that case, but I think that in this case it is.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know. I just like that they try to do something interesting. You
Hmm
know,
hmm Yeah, like this
like
isn't my favorite song that they released, but I definitely do enjoy it more.
mhm. like a lot of sing talking, which is not
Mm.
usually my favorite thing. You know, like the
Yeah, yeah.
verses. This is why you will never be able to karaoke a Sakamichi song, dude.
We tried.
Yeah, can't read that fast, bro.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, but it is a cool song. I like the PV a lot. I think there's a
It is
lot
a
of
cool song.
it. Oh my god. All right, this has been the last episode of this little podcast. Thank you.
It only lasted one episode.
Nah, I don't know. I thought it was a fun, like you know, it's a cool. It's a very
I'm
interesting
not doing it. You're
music
doing this to
video.
yourself.
I know. I just can't do it. I just can't unhear it. You know. But I think it's a very
It's
interesting music video. I
California
like
for
that
you.
they're. Yeah, I like that they, you know, do like the fake one take, but then you end up getting a lot of very long shots, right? So like
Mhm,
we were talking about how they use the location in the choreography, right? So a lot of like long tracking shots and movement
mm,
through the halls of the diner, right?
mhm.
Um, cool outfits, you know. We had that like very retro-esque outfits towards the end, the switch up with the
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
match cuts, dude. You know.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I thought the music video itself was pretty enjoyable, especially the second half. It, like, ramps
Mm.
up, in introduces the animation into it. They start using the set
Mhm.
a little more. They start, like, doing, like we mentioned earlier, the match cuts into the different scenario, almost like dystopian, kind of like post-apocalyptic where the nature's taking over the restaurant kind of feel to it, but yet being,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
very aesthetically pleasing with all the colors.
It definitely has like Netflix horror show color grading throughout.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like it definitely create a vibe.
mhm, the
I
blues
think
and
that's the
yellows.
most successful.
Blues, yellows,
Huh?
reds. The blue,
Yeah,
yellow,
yeah,
and
yeah,
red.
exactly. Yeah, but like, yeah, it's definitely a consistent vibe, which I
Yeah,
appreciate. You know.
uh-huh. And see, this is a good example of this one uses the same set, but it feels way more compared to our A set.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, because yeah, I feel like it's actually utilizing the set right by having those
Mhm.
interesting shots
Instead of just a
and
lot of
movement in
wides.
the camera. Yeah, yeah, it's just the A side just has a lot of very like this member looks pretty in this moment. You know.
Mm. Yeah, there's no purpose to it.
Hmm. What did you think of the song?
The song,
Yeah.
uh, I thought it was cool, but like I said earlier, it's not my favorite, but it's enjoyable for sure. And,
Mm.
like, I think I could come back and listen to this.
See, I feel like I have. I'm gonna be honest. I can listen to Sakuratsuki more than I can listen to Cool.
Oh, really?
Cool is just it's a music video I really like watching, but musically, it's not like particularly my cup of tea. I do like the lyrics though.
Mhm.
It's very emo, dude.
Chat says, "Not cool, bro."
Oh no. But it is cool, dude. That's what we're talking about. But hey, someone in chat just said it's a little too repetitive. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I just I'm very exhausted by sing talking too.
Mm,
Um and then so I don't know. It just like yeah, so you get sing talking throughout the verse, and then the chorus itself doesn't really stand out to me, right? It's just that da 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 And it's like, okay, I get it. I get where we're going, but like they don't
Mm.
really go anywhere else, you know. So,
It's meant to be catchy, right?
mhm. Shall we give it our ratings, dude?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go PV first, dude.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, on go. 3, 2, 1, go. 9.
6. I could give it a 7 though. I could be convinced to a 7. Wait, what did you give it?
I gave it a 9, bro.
A 9.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I could go like solid 8, soft 9, but it's
Okay.
up there for me. I think it's just a very interesting music video. I really like the color
Uh-huh.
grading. I like
Uh-huh.
the shots. I think it's very yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the vibes is very cohesive. Yeah.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Why did you give it a 5, my friend?
I think I might just be comparing it a little bit towards the first music video and comparing like their highlight pieces. So like for me it was
Mm.
like middle of the road. But like that's why I said I could be convinced to a higher score. Because it does have a lot of things that I liked in it thinking about it. Where it had a lot of the cool color grading like you're mentioning, the difference with the match cut and the different moods that it had. It was able
Yeah,
to use
Spider 10, dude.
I really like the animation part of it. I feel like if they incorporated that a little bit more into it, then it could have definitely been like 8 easy.
Mm. Yeah, get it to look a little bit more, what's the word? I don't want to say blended in. I like that they stand out and they're cartoonish, but like
Mm.
it needs to fit like it exists within the shot a little bit more for me.
Yeah, especially if they like leak it in sometimes. It's like, let's commit to it.
Mhm. Yeah. Right now it feels a little bit too just like painted on as like an afterthought, right?
Mm. Like they thought it was a good idea, but they're like, you know what? Actually, this is way too expensive. Let's not do it.
Yeah. Like then they're like, oh, you know, my niece can just draw it on, dude. She'll just draw, make a transparent PNG, and we'll just drop it on top of the shot, dude.
Just draw two of them in the same pose, and we'll just like cycle between us, so it looks like it's moving.
Yeah. um. Okay, but that's not the only thing we got from
Wait, what
Sakurazaki
about the
for
song?
six.
You gotta rate the song, Jimmy.
Oh, did we not rate the song? Oh, my bad. All right, song on go. 3, 2, 1, go. 4.
6. Oh, I see. We're alternating our. I feel like Boy was always like the one reasoning with one or the other of us. Now we're just
Mm.
polar opposites.
I feel like musically we just never, well, not never, but we very seldom see eye to eye. You
Mm.
know, like
Mm-hmm.
our preferences definitely lead in other directions, I think.
Uh-huh.
Well, why'd you give it a 6, Josh?
I give it a 6 because I feel like this is listenable, and I feel like this could be on a playlist, and I wouldn't skip it. I would just keep on listening to it and be like, okay, yeah, I could come back to this song. Versus the first song, I was kind of like, if it comes on, I'm like, sure, I'll listen to it, but I won't seek it out. Meanwhile, this one I feel like is a
Opposite.
little bit more enjoyable. I do like some of the electronic vibes it has, and I feel like the chorus is kind of like I almost treat it like less of like the singy talking kind of thing to it, and more like music notes with it because it's very like especially when they repeat it, it almost sounds like I don't know, something that can be made with instruments instead, and that's why I
Mm.
like it.
Yeah, I think for me it was the opposite. It's just
No, I can't hear you. Hello?
I feel like it doesn't
Oh.
know what it wants to be. Like, is this supposed to be like a very like emotional
Mm,
kind of like, you know, electronic song, or is it like a dance track, dude?
mm,
And I feel like you gotta pick one, bro. You know,
mm,
like that's what I would say to if I was
uh,
in the studio with the producer. You know, like he's making the beats. And I'm listening to this. I'm like, I just don't know what I'm supposed to be doing to this, dude. Am I
mm.
supposed to be like in my feels right now, or am I supposed to be throwing ass? You know, and you gotta choose one. I
You
want to
you
know how I'm supposed to feel, dude.
you gotta cry and throw, you know? I,
Um,
don't know, I actually like that the vibe where it mixes two different feelings together. Like I think
mm,
in the past when we made videos about like albums and did album reviews, I always leaned towards more things that were like had a little bit of variety in it, had a little bit of like mixture in it, like two different genres coming together.
mhm.
So I think this reflects on this song.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just like things to be straightforward, dude.
Mhm.
Either you give me my dance track where I throw ass, or you give me a sad song, dude. But I was gonna say this wasn't the only thing that Sakurazaka46 put out. We have a new gen, a new group of girls.
Oh,
Josh, I'm sure you already know all of their names. I will be
100%.
quizzing you later. Um,
Oh no.
but they released their PV. So we're gonna check that out, and then we'll be right back. Sanki MV is going to get roasted? What? No, no shot, dude. I
I
love
haven't watched
Sanki
this. This is the
MV,
only one
dude.
I haven't watched.
I fucking love Sanki PV, bro. I actually watch this shit daily, dude.
Oh, okay. High expectations now, Jimmy. You do this to yourself.
Well, I don't think you're gonna like it. It's something I like.
All
You know what I mean?
right, then how about we
All right.
check it out?
All right. Okay, we just got back from watching Sakurazaka46 Natsu no Chikamichi, the third gen debut music video. What do you think about it, Mr. Bucks? I've been very vocal to chat while we're watching about what I think about it. So I want to know what you think about it.
I think it's enjoyable and it does justice to kind of like introducing a new gen.
Let's fucking go.
It's funny,
Let's
you can't
fucking go.
hear him clapping, but he's clapping.
Oh. Damn it, NVIDIA.
No,
Yeah, go on.
it was a lot of fun, and I think the choreography was interesting. I do think the last third of it slowed a little bit too much down, but I
At the
think
gymnasium?
yeah, like for me, like it was kind of like okay, that's a gymnasium, but like
Bro, that's where
I
you
think
get
for me
the
the thing that took me out of it was the solo shots with like the background was just like almost black, and then like the lighting was boring. So I think from that
okay.
point, like I was like, oh okay, and then it's just this gymnasium with like that spotlighting.
So the spotlighting where it's like where the members are backlit, or there's like two
Mhm.
girls backlit.
Mm.
I think people are theorizing it's the two members that haven't been able to debut yet.
Oh, okay. That's a
Be-
good take. Good take.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If that's the case, then that gets bonus points for me. If
Mm,
that's
okay.
not the case, and it's just two of the members that have already debuted, and you just can't see who it is, negative points, dude. Um,
I actually did
uh,
like those. I did think those shots were more interesting compared to like the
mm-hmm.
wide shots.
Yeah,
So I was
just the
like,
wide.
so whenever that showed up, I was like, okay, yeah, yeah, let's get some interest into it.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't know, I like the wide shots of the gymnasium just because you get to see the choreo.
Mm,
It's a very involved choreography for a debut
yeah, yeah.
idol group.
It mixes a little bit of styles in it too. But
Mhm.
like, I think especially when like compare like the gymnasium scene of them like doing this kind of like, okay, here's arm movements, then leg movements, and then them running down the hallway where they're going a little bit more intense. It's just like the
Yeah,
contrast of seeing both of them is pretty interesting in one music video.
yeah, yeah. It's like you see, like I don't know. I don't say it's quite like hip hop or anything, but there's definitely some street influences in the choreography during that like
Mm. Mhm.
movement down
We didn't get
down the
any
hall.
yos in there.
Not quite that corny though, you know. Like whoever
Yeah, yeah,
choreographed
yeah.
that, they actually did their homework,
Uh-huh,
you
uh-huh.
know. And then like yeah, you see some like of the ballet influences
Mm.
during the gymnasium shots. You know, you got a lot of, like,
That's fair.
you know, chasse tourgetes, you know, very like flowy moves and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
it gives me hope that like Sakurazaka isn't going to lose their image of like having very strong choreography and performances.
Ah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
if this is what their debut group is putting out as their PV, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, cause uh I don't want to compare them too much because you guys just respect that they're different groups and different batches of girls. But thinking back to Zetsubo no Ichibyo Mae, right, the fifth gen Nogi's debut music video, I was like, oh, I don't think that this was, I don't think that was particularly very like I didn't leave that impressed by the choreo. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I was impressed by other things, but I wasn't like, "Damn, dude, these girls really popped off in the choreography,"
Mm.
you know?
Yeah, that isn't
So,
the first thought.
mhm, um, yeah, I don't know. It's a very idly song. It's something that I don't think we've really seen from Sakurazaka,
Mm.
right? Um, I like it. I like
Yeah.
it quite a bit. Yeah.
I
It's a
think
kind of
objectively, like, without,
yeah.
like, relating it, I kinda vibe with it. Yeah. It's like I don't know, it's like that classic, like, almost classic idol like, kinda sounding music without it being too
Yes.
bubblegummy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's not quite like, sugar gum pop
Mhm.
levels of, like it's not like, SUGR, jump into your racing car, sugar rush. It's not like that
Uh-huh.
levels of sweet,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
it is a very idly pop song, and it's
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
cute. I'm also fucking I mentioned this during the while we're watching it, but my girl, Taniguchi Ayane, she was my favorite from watching the Sakurazaka third gen documentaries over on my stream. And I'm so glad she was center, dude. I
Ooh,
remember watching so
the
their
prophet.
challenge was that they had to learn band, right? That was the task given them during their training camp or whatever. And I was like, dude, she's the most put together one of them all.
Oh,
She was very competent. And so yeah, I'm really glad that management also saw that and made her center. Um I think she's going to be a really great addition to the group. I'm really looking forward to seeing how she blossoms in Sakurazaka46, dude.
okay. High hopes, high hopes.
See
Jimmy the
what it is,
prophet has
blossoms?
spoken once again.
How she blossoms, dude.
Okay. Okay, should we go to the rating then?
Yeah, let's do that. First PV on scale of 1 to 10 on go. 3, 2, 1, go. 8.
7. I can't I can see why you give it an 8 though. I can definitely see why. I
I
just
think
like I said,
objectively it's a
the last third
yeah,
just took me out of it a little bit. If
yeah.
they introduced more of those backlit shots with the 2 members and, like, maybe, like, I saw there was, like, a shot outside randomly, and I feel like if they worked that in a little bit more
Mm,
at the last third, then it could've gotten definitely a high score. But right now, I think a solid 7 is good, especially compared to the other music videos we've seen.
yeah, I think if it's just purely objective, it would be a 7. I'm giving them a slight bump because it is a debut. But
Mm,
I think as far as like a debut generation PV, it's probably one of the better ones I've seen. So,
mhm.
um, all right, what about the song? So we go with the
Okay.
song.
Yeah.
All right, on go. 3, 2, 1, go. 7.
Hey, I was thinking about 7.
I was thinking about 8, dude. Oh, this is the one time we light up,
I
bro.
know, right? Yeah, I mean, if you're into idol music, I mean, this kind of like falls into the line of idol music when you think about it, especially modern day, like
Mhm.
classic idol music. You'll see other groups doing this kind of style. Like you'll see like Equal Love or something doing this style.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think it's too far off to say that if you enjoy listening to idol music, you might favor this one a little more, unless you're like into like indie idols and stuff like that. But I mean, everyone's here for Sakamichi, so I think it's kind of like in the same ballpark,
Yeah,
and it's pretty catchy too.
I think I agree 100% with what you just said. The only reason why I didn't rate it that high was just because yeah, it's kind of been done before. It's a
Mm,
very safe song. I think if you've been following idols within the past 5 years, this is a sound that you know, and chances are it's a sound that you like. So nothing
yeah.
different, nothing new. Which I don't want to say is disappointing. But I would have preferred that is what I think what I'm trying to say. But that being said, it's still a very serviceable song. I really enjoyed it quite a
Mm,
bit.
yeah. I think I especially
Um,
like how melodic the chorus is. Da, da,
oh
da,
yeah,
da,
dude.
da, 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 da. Like I love it when like
Yeah.
idol songs do that. Like
Yeah,
like all the bangers usually do stuff like that. Mhm, mhm.
yeah, it's a good it's got a lot of flow, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's not just like,
it's
all
not
right,
just sing song.
let's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
they're
so
just blasting one note at you like da
yeah,
da
yeah,
da da
yeah,
da.
just
Yeah.
the wall of voices saying one note.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think I'll come back to this one and listen to it for sure.
Yeah, that is going to do it for Sakurazaka, let's go ahead and move on to Nogizaka46, the big sister group. A lot of news coming out from them this past week, I guess you could say. A little bit more than that. First of all, we're going to start with very sad news. Uh, some graduation news. We have Suzuki Ayane, second gen, has announced her graduation, dude.
The plane is taking off.
Yeah, dude. So she'll not be participating on the 30-second single. Graduation ceremonies to be held on March 28th,
Oh,
dude.
already have it planned so soon.
Yeah. So details for that is going to be later. But they also released, oh, what is it? She also wrote a blog about it, and fortunately someone was kind enough to give us a translation of that. So thank you, Broken Subs, for
Mhm.
that. But
It was not so long. I think we can read it.
okay, yeah, we just read it. Good evening. This is Suzuki Ayane.
Good
I write
evening.
this blog because there's something I need to tell you today. I'm sorry if this surprised you. I'll be graduating from Nogizaka46 on the 28th of March. I will not participate in the 30-second single. The
Mm.
thoughts about graduation have always been on the corner of my head, but bidding farewell to my beloved Nogizaka46 is way too sad, so I pretend that feeling was never there.
Dang.
I don't think I will realize how happy and beautiful it is to keep in touch and socialize with people if I had never joined Nogizaka.
Mhm.
But it appears that I've been too spoiled by your kindness. Now I am but a weak human who is in need of help to even feel lonely. That's why when I still have a strong will to live my life in the future, I choose to graduate, taking one step forward. The graduation ceremony is planned to be held on the 28th of March. I've done several meetings with the staff to decide what we can do to make you all happy, and I'm so excited about it. I would be very happy if you'd come in between your busy time.
I'm there. Just wait for me. Because the plane ticket.
Lastly, to the staff, the fans, the members that supported me until now, thank you for your affection and kindness. Not much time left until the graduation date, but I will try my best to repay you all, and I have and will always love Nogizaka46. Suzuki
last
Ayane.
last second gen.
Sad, dude. It is truly the end of an era.
Yeah, now it's all third gen and up
Mhm. It's interesting. I think Nogizaka has done a really good job
compared
of
to the other group.
some other groups. Yeah, not naming any names, but yeah, of having the strong gen, right? The
Mhm.
OGs that built up the group, be able to leave with the group stronger than ever. You know what
Mm.
I mean?
Yeah,
Uh,
like letting the audience know about their members and letting them get a
mm,
grasp of just how talented they are or etc. they are.
mhm. Yeah, it's nice to watch them kind of enter this new phase in the history of the group. You know, now you're gonna have singles that exist with none of the members who are a part of it in it anymore, right? And I think
Mhm.
that's a very interesting time. Um, but I I don't know. I am a little bit sad to see, especially anytime a second gen member graduates, just because I feel like
Mm.
they were such the the middle child.
They're shafted. Say it. They're forgotten about.
Um, yeah, I'll just say they were a little shafted, dude. You know, they Nogizaka came in with the first gen, and then I think a little bit too quickly had a second gen,
Mm.
right? And then because of that, they never really had time to establish themselves. And then by the time that you would think it would be time to have a second gen, it's like, oh, here's your third gen, and so
Mhm.
everybody's excited with third gen. But to not be negative though, I feel like now is like the best time to get into Nogizaka 46
Oh.
because I feel like it's like it's the end of an age. You don't have any back history that you have to catch up on unless you wanted to. And
Mm.
there's not that fear of standing someone and then someone telling you that oh, I wouldn't do it, dude. She's probably gonna be leaving sometime soon. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
Okay.
third gen is still in a point where I feel like they're only moving up. You know what I mean?
I mean, how long has third gen been there though?
I mean, it's been quite some time, but I don't. I think they're still on like a good trajectory for Nogizaka, right? Like
Mm.
they haven't been like no one got shafted second gen style. You know what I mean?
7 years, chat saying 8 years.
They debuted 2018,
Okay.
right? No. Sorry. They debuted. When did they debut? 2016,
Oh dang,
September 2016. Um,
they're like 7 years,
yeah. So that's 7 years. That's wild, bro. But
right?
uh, but I don't know. Like they've only had one graduation, right?
That was a while ago too.
And that was 2021.
Uh,
Um, I don't know. I feel like okay. For example, we're gonna talk about it a little bit later, but like Kubo Shiori, third gen member, just got her first center.
mm,
Right. I don't think the roles within third gen are clearly has been as established as they were for like maybe the first gen members, right? Within first gens, you knew who was senbatsu and who was
true,
unders.
true.
You know, I feel like third gen it's anybody's game for the most part,
I
right?
mean, there's a couple of people who,
As a couple of people that you yeah, I it's gonna be a rough time in unders, but like you know what I mean. But like for the most part, majority of the group I feel has been kind of rotating quite a bit. Um,
mm,
and so I feel like what is it? I don't know. I just think it is a good time. Like I think if anybody was a new fan, like now's a good time to get to the group. I think that's the main point I'm trying to get. I
yeah,
probably
yeah,
like lost my point like going on tangents, but the main point is I think it's a good time. There's a
that's just
good
the show,
batch of girls
literally.
with fifth gen, with fourth gen,
Yeah,
yeah, and then yeah, third gen. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's sad to see like the last second gen member go, and it's
mm,
sad that obviously we're Manatsu is graduating soon, so we're gonna have no first gens.
mm.
But I don't know. I don't feel like it feels as tumultuous as it did with like the other group when like they had their mass graduation
Oh
period.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I guess with this they were able to spread it out a little more, but like, like it still sucks to see her go. But I mean, she was the last standing member in second gen and one of almost the last OG member. If you want to
Mhm.
say that, because first gen and second gen were so close together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't. Has she said what she wants to do after?
Not really. No, she isn't.
Yeah, the
So
blog
we'll
didn't say
just have
anything
to.
either. So
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye out. I don't know.
yeah.
Hopefully, she doesn't disappear off the face of the earth. We
Hmm.
can just, see her on the IG every now and then, just making sure
She still
she's
has some
doing.
acting roles going on, so
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure she could dip into that.
So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you go follow Ayane.Suzuki_official. She's using all the punctuations, brother. Anyways, moving on.
Let's move on to more positive news. Am I right?
Yeah. So yeah, more positive news. Akimoto Manatsu we mentioned is graduating.
Wait, that's not the
Um,
positive news.
but no, we did get a PV for graduation PV, right? I'm assuming that this is going to be coming out with 30-second single coming out soon. Did you watch this yet, Josh? Do
I
we need to
haven't.
watch it?
I've been waiting for chat so I can
All right,
share my
we'll
tears
watch
with
it.
them.
We'll watch it together with chat, dude. All right. So that was Bokutachi no Sayonara from Nogizaka46. Akimoto Manatsu's graduation PV. Josh, as the resident Manatsu-oshi, what are your thoughts, dude?
It's too early. Just a little longer. We need the
So
song to be
hard to
10
say.
minutes long.
Too hard to say goodbye, dude.
The whole time we were roasting her.
Part of me feels bad, but as our chat has mentioned, yeah, dude, she's kind of built her whole career off of getting roasted, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of par for the course with Manatsu. Obviously, we're doing it in in good fun out of love. I don't think there's anyone here or in chat that genuinely dislikes Manatan, dude. But you know, it's been a very fun career for her, right? A lot of things to
Mm.
kind of tease her about, make fun of, dude. I don't know. I am kind of sad. I feel like she's one of those members that like was never like an Oshi for me, but it's someone I really appreciated as far as like her relationship with the other members and what
Mm.
she brings out of other members, right?
Yeah. I mean, she brings out she's like a good support character, but I feel like she's also like funny herself, and she's able to like know and play it up to herself, which I think she did a lot in the beginning, where she would like
Mhm.
make other members like hate her, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
play
yeah.
around and like she was kind of like the butt of the joke, which I think shows a lot about her personality and like being able to
Mhm.
like hype up others to make them shine, which I
Yeah.
think is kind of why they brought her to like the captain role.
Mm. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and I think it's like a really it's always a good trait in someone that like can not take themselves too seriously all the time, right? I think everybody can agree that she has a very strong work ethic as any popular Nogizaka 46 has to have. But you
Mhm.
know, I think it's cool that she can have fun with it and not like have to be shown or treated a certain way or better than everybody else. Um, I don't know. She's a cool one. She's a real one, dude.
Mhm, mhm.
What did you think about the PV itself?
I think it was well shot. It had a good idea. It was pretty simple, but I feel like what they had, they were able to use. I mentioned it was kinda like watching like a PB, a photo
Mhm.
book where it's kinda like shots or like the sequence you'll kinda see of it going through the day. So, I thought it was interesting in that aspect, and then at the end, they show, like, the whole museum montage, and I thought that was
Mm,
a interesting way to kind of show that the memories instead of doing the traditional insert clips here. Before we've seen, like, slideshows or, like, the movie theater where, like, they're showing, like, the memories through video, but then here it's kinda like a museum. It kinda reminds me of that album cover where they were, like was it for, like, the 10th anniversary where they're doing, like, the photos in the gallery? So it kinda gave me, like, that kind of vibe, but this was kinda more like a photo gallery showing.
mm.
So I did like that concept, and at the end, she took the picture. I think someone should have took the picture for her instead of her pressing the shutter herself, but that's just me.
They needed it for the shot, Josh, dude. It
No,
stood
no, no, the
out, like,
shots had her take the
she said,
picture,
I've had to" it's a metaphor. It's about how she's had to carry this entire group on her back herself
and she
before
continues
she
carrying it just
Yeah, exactly, dude. She's like, "Oh, I've always had to do it. I've always had to take care of myself first, dude.
Mm,
I've always had to be the one to do it for everybody else, and once again, I will
mm.
do it for you."
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was a very whatever PV, if I'm gonna be honest.
Mm.
It's like,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not saying it's, like, groundbreaking or anything, but, like,
yeah, yeah.
those
I
were
mean,
nice.
which is fine. It's a graduation PV. I don't think people are expecting it to be,
Yeah, I
but
mean, it's not gonna be
I
like a
feel like,
9 Monogatari, you know?
yeah, I don't know, man. I honestly thought that this was gonna hit me a lot harder than it did. Like, you
What
know, it
about it
got to the,
out of it, Jimmy?
it got to the last half, and I was just like, okay, yeah. I mean, this is the part where I'm supposed to feel. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like, oh, okay, it's you know, oh, here she is crying at like the photos and stuff like that. You know, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to say it took me out, but anytime like I feel like it becomes very apparent to me that the director is trying to make me feel a certain way,
mm.
it becomes very hard for me to feel that way.
Yeah, yeah, it almost like the formula a little too much, right?
Yeah, exactly. Um,
I was distracted by the vocals.
fuck. Yeah, dude. They had to give her the backing vocals, dude.
We should have just made a group like a group singing song, like where the whole group is in it and she's like the center. I think that would have been
Mm,
smoother to do instead of just making her like a solo song.
yeah, I can see that. It's anytime it gets to like a very distinct Manatsu singing part, it's very apparent. You know?
Yep, that's her singing. You
Yep.
can't deny it.
hmm let's give it our ratings, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, PV first. On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
4.
6.
I've seen better
Yeah,
graduation
that's
music.
fair. I'm being very generous with the 6, to be honest. I just, like what my rating is like, is it not ugly? Sure, I'll give it a 6. I mean, technically that should be a 5, but whatever. Um, I don't know. What's a merit I can give it, dude? The styling is good.
Coloring's good.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the
Oh,
different scenes they went to was pretty good. Like the flow.
mhm, mhm. I like how they threw in the 5th gen member like photos with her. I'm like,
Mm.
y'all just got here, dude. She ain't got
You said that
members
last
until like
week.
that. Yeah, dude. Like, oh, do you remember this moment you had with Ikeda Teresa? What, yesterday?
Yeah. You just printed this.
Yeah, dude.
It was earlier
Uh,
this morning.
mhm. But what about the song? Should I give it a rating?
The song? All right.
On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
2.
4.
If anyone gives it more than a 5,
You're
th-
trolling. You're absolutely trolling, dude.
they're trolling or they straight up need to listen to more music.
Yeah, it's
Because if 5 is the standard Nogizaka song and you give it more than a 5, there's no way.
it's written written the most generic graduation Nogizaka song,
That's the way, yeah.
and then as performed, that notches it down one, dude. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah.
mean? That's where my 4 came
The only
from,
reason I
dude.
gave it 1 is because I like Manatsu, okay? I mean, the only reason I didn't give it a 1, right?
It's definitely not one that I'm gonna listen to again, and it's definitely not one that like gets me like, oh, emotion grad feels. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not saying this to bag on Manatsu. It's quite the opposite. I kind of wish it was, because I feel like Manatsu deserves a song that gets me to be like in my feels.
Mm.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Um,
Yeah, I
I
feel like it
guess yeah.
didn't
Like I don't,
play to her
right.
strengths, you know?
Mhm. Honestly, if they just made her a fun song, like a silly song that like kind of
Yeah,
spoofed
yeah.
and was kind of like a accumulation of her career in Nokizaka 46, that probably would have made me cry more.
Mhm, mhm.
You know,
Like
because yeah,
like
this song, like I was saying with the PV, it's too apparent to me that they're like,
yeah.
"You gonna cry? You wanna cry
Uh-huh.
now? You wanna cry?
You better
You
cry.
gonna
I made this
cry?
just for that.
You gonna cry?" And
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, "No,
Uh-huh.
I'm not now, I don't want to.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I don't want to."
I think a good example of it being done right if the singer isn't that talented is, Maichun's.
Mm.
Her graduation single was like a groove, right? It was pretty fun.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
like a throwback, and I thought that one did it well. Where like, okay, I still get some of the feels in here, but I get a good song out of it. Meanwhile,
Mhm.
this one is like, all right, let's do the traditional
Yeah.
graduation song, and then it falls flat because of different elements that are outside of her own power.
I mean, Hashimoto Nanami is not the best singer in Nogizaka
Mm.
46, but Naimono Nerari is one of the
Oh,
best grad songs. And so that's what I'm trying to bring. It's like it doesn't have to be about her singing ability. It's about the
mhm, mhm,
performance, and it's about the yeah, like the song and like the composition. Right? I
mm, mhm, mhm.
feel like that those parts were lacking for me personally.
Yeah.
Anyways, Manatsu, it's been real. We'll catch you during your grad concert.
Mhm.
But that's enough grads. There's some things to look forward to.
Oh, is there?
30-second single, as we talked about, will be releasing. And this last weekend, we got the senbatsu for that, dude.
Ooh,
Let's
let's
go.
go.
So now we know our formation. Oh god, this looks terrible on here. How do I fix this? Oh no. Oh
Oh no.
god. There's no way. All right. All right.
Yeah, it's okay. You can still see who it
Viewers,
is.
you get the idea. There it is, dude. You can see everybody. Um yeah, what do you think?
So it's a double center. I see.
It is a disgusting double center, dude.
Boys in here to curse this.
Where's the center, dude? It's Inoue Nagi. That's where, dude.
Ooh, there we go. The true center.
hmm
I mean,
Um,
it's interesting. They chose two third gens, and I guess with all the OG members leaving, it's kind of like, okay, here we go. Let's introduce two different members to you, two very popular members. Kaki's gotten her own solo center before, so has Yamashita, and now we get to see Kubo come in up front and kind of show her chops. So I do wish that she would have gotten a solo center. I feel like she's
mm,
talented enough where she could do it solo, but I'm not gonna. I don't know. I would have preferred that, but I'm okay with this.
yeah. I I like all the members in it. Obviously,
Mm,
Ioki Mel. Let's go. Her first
mm-hmm,
senbatsu, dude.
mm-hmm,
Rise up, taking Ioki to the moon. Um, I'm very pleased. Sato Rika's in it too.
mm.
Yumiki's back in senbatsu again, dude. A
Yeah,
two-peat.
there we
Yuhaya
go. Let's go.
Kawasera's back as well,
Mm-hmm.
bro. We got quite the fifth gen representation with
Yeah.
obviously I think nobody's too surprised with Nagi or even Satsuki, but then we
Mm-hmm.
have the other fifth gen center as well. Kawasaki Sakura and Ichinose Miku, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's a very stacked.
Where is
Um,
Duck though?
where is Duck, dude? But I think Tam mentioned it on her Twitter, and ever since she did, I haven't been able to unsee it.
Oh.
It's symmetrical by generation. So every generation on the opposite side is the same gen, right?
Mm. Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
it's the two centers in the front are third gen, and then the two people on the outside of them are
Oh yeah,
fourth.
yeah.
The next
Mm-hmm.
row, the outsides are fifth, and then next to them are fourth, then third, then fifth,
Mm-hmm.
right? Except same with the back row, you have a fourth gen, a fourth gen, and then a fourth gen, fifth gen, fourth gen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I do not think it's particularly well balanced because then now
Oh.
you have opposite Umezawa Minami, Yoda Yuki, dude. That's fucked up.
It should
That's fucked up, dude.
not the wisest choice there. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna do something with the choreography where like the opposite sides are gonna like dance with each other for a little or something.
Oh yeah, boy mentioned Renka Seira. That is true. They are it's a third gen and a fourth gen opposite each other, but for the most part,
Oh,
though,
okay. That's true. That's true. Oh, it's all ruined. It's all ruined.
Mhm. No, but I feel like okay. So if you're not going to be completely symmetrical, why then, dude?
Yeah. I mean, they could have switched one person, right?
hmm Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I would put like Hayakawa in opposite Umezawa or something, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even Yumiki, but no, they're banished to the back row, dude.
Mm. You get someone to like match her tallness. Yoda is
Mm,
not not the right call for this kind of thing.
yeah. But maybe the choreography won't make it super obvious, right? Like maybe
Mm.
they're gonna be splitting off into wings a little bit more. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I just felt like it was like a weird symmetry that didn't really like they didn't really think about how it's gonna look aesthetically, you know.
Jimmy, I just noticed who is
Mm.
Umezawa in front of and gonna block all the time.
Oh, it's okay. Yoki's tall, dude. She's the tall kid.
Oh, true too. She is
She's
kind of tall. You're right. You're
she's
right.
tall. She's
You're
tall, dude.
right.
She'll
You're
be
right.
okay.
She might be able
She'll be
to
okay, dude.
peek through
She'll
the
be like
shoulder here and
senpai.
there.
But yeah, I don't know. As far as like I said, as far as the members in it, I am so stoked on this single.
Mm,
I think this is like kind of going back to when I was like, this is a good time to be uh a Nogizaka fan. This is such an even spread of
mm,
third, fourth, fifth gen.
yeah.
And to me, it's like very indicative of like the future of the group.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
This is like gonna be like the players, to look out for.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
They just need to make this song a banger to make it like very popular. Boom.
Please, please, God, I'm begging you. Don't let this song suck, dude. I don't
Get
know how I'm
ready
gonna
for
do
a
this.
ballad where they dance with each other slowly.
Oh no. I need this song to be good, dude. You don't know how badly I need this to not be a bad song, bro.
Was that supposed to be like trying to do? Never mind. Never mind. I'm just thinking of things.
Wait, what?
I thought you were doing Nobody's Fault for a second.
Really? Wait, no, I was about to do fucking actually, dude.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, actually, yeah. That's what I thought you were doing.
I just want this to be good, dude. That's all I know.
Yeah, same.
Um, I I don't know. That's pretty much all the news we had. I just dropped this shit in there because I thought it was funny. Nogizaka would like to remind you to not stalk the members. Please, hey, don't be a fucking weirdo.
True.
You guys can't even see it. My displays are all fucked up. I forgot I had to do this in half and not the weird split how I normally do it for my streams. It's fine. Anyways, yeah, don't be weird. That's it from Nogizaka46. Josh, anything you wanted to add before we go on a break?
No.
Okay, all right. That means we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the TV show highlights. And we're back. Hey, it's time for the TV show highlights. This is the part of the show where we just recap anything we might have watched within the past week. Traditionally, we would go through all three shows, but let's be real. I think it's very rare that we all actually watched all three shows. And
We've
so
come
rather
to
than making
terms
a
with
whole
reality.
we've accepted ourselves what we are, and so rather than forcing a conversation about three shows every week plus whatever extra, we're just going to talk about what we actually did watch. um I will extend it this time to anything you had watched during our break away, Mr. Miles.
I don't. Do I remember anything? it's it's been a
So it
while.
could be from this past week if that's all you remember.
I didn't watch anything this past week.
Oh my god, this part of the show is canceled. All right, we're just no, just kidding.
It's okay. I'm easing into it. You know, it's the first week. You know, I didn't get my priority straight.
It's all good, bro. I actually did watch all three shows.
Oh,
I did not change the TV show highlights in the show notes at all. It's from whatever was the last shit we were talking about, dude. Oh, no. But I did watch all three shows today. So Kojichu was doing a song quiz. This is actually pretty fun. I thought it was just gonna be like an intro song quiz like we usually do. But what they do is that they just kind of give hints on
oh,
like what the song is. So like you know, Ball-chan will have a drawing, and you're like, okay, what is this drawing supposed to be? And then they have
mhm,
a set amount of time. If nobody gets it, then they get one more hint. So it might be like Hayashi Runa humming like three notes, and then they'll be like, oh, what the fuck? How am I supposed to guess what that is, dude? You know,
mhm.
and then what is it? You know, a lot of hilarity from like the bad drawings from Sakaguchi Tamami. Like they
Oh,
look fucking weird. So it's
uh-huh.
it's a fun one. It's a definitely an interesting spin on the what is it? The song quiz. Sokosaku was all right. It was just a hit campaign. So the first part was biking to a mountain, and then the second part was climbing up the mountain.
Oh,
It's
okay.
what is it? Matsuda Rina and um Rena doing it,
Mm.
as the center, and then the new captain of the group,
Oh,
right?
new captain.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was interesting. Nothing like crazy to write home about. And then
Mhm.
finally, we have Hinata Zakurayama show, which was fun. This is checking the fourth gen members backpacks or like
Oh,
bags. The bag check, so it's cool. It's
classic.
fun watching, seeing how fucking messy Shogenji Yoko's backpack is, dude. And
It's always the
other
best.
members having, yeah. It's a fun way. I've been trying to get to know fourth gen, so it's nice
Mm.
to be able to kind of see what's been going on with their bags.
Man, look at
Aside
Jimmy,
from
not
that,
a boomer. You're keeping up with new members.
I know, dude. I can't always live in the past, bro.
Ooh, true.
Hashimoto Nanami, where are you? Um, but yeah. Aside from that, during the break, I did watch finish out Star Tanjo on my stream.
Mm.
Um, with chat there, so that was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Fortunately, that show is coming back.
Ooh,
Thank
let's go.
God, dude, thank God. I've been watching the third gen Sakurazaka documentaries, dude.
Mm.
Um, Chad's calling me out for not talking about how insane Kishi is, dude. She's fucking out there, but
Oh, really?
it's hard to describe, dude. She's literally all over the place. Um,
Is like Kita all over the place or?
not like Kira, like Chad's comparing her to Iguchi. It's like that kind of all
Oh,
over the
okay.
place, you
So
know?
like, okay, I get it. Like she
Yeah,
stands out in the crowd.
yeah. Definitely give it a watch. I actually think it was probably the funner episode out of the three this week for the
Oh,
regular shows.
okay.
Um, but yeah, aside from that, watching the Sakurazaka third gen documentaries, it's been a lot of fun. I really like this batch of girls. I think it's cute. It's a very good batch. A lot of members in there who are like purely Sakurazaka fans, which I think is
Mm,
very interesting. Like, you know, I kind of figured that most of them would have been like, oh, I like this group from Nogizaka or from Kiyakizaka46, dude.
mhm.
But yeah, you know, there's members like, oh, I actually followed the group because I saw Ten-chan during the auditions, and I thought that, you know, she was cute on her showroom
Mm.
streams, and then I saw that she became center for Samidare Yo, dude. You know, so
Okay,
um,
okay.
yeah. But yeah, it's pretty much all I watched. So I think that's it then.
Yeah, excited to watch anything. I watched Bish's new music video, but I'm
Oh,
gonna
what do you
stick
think of
on that.
Bish's new music video?
Yeah, I think it's everything.
All right. Well, you know what that means then? That means that's the end of the TV show highlights, and that is the end of this week's episode. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching down on YouTube, make sure you drop a comment down below. Tell us what you thought about the episode. What did we miss? What did you wish we talked about? Feel free to have your conversations there. Or what do you think about some of these new PVs? Are you sad about Manatsu leaving? Ayane leaving? Let us know. Yuka as well. That's gonna be it from us this week. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
See ya.